sure.
Yes.
Okay, so is that from Dear Perry?
Yes.
From the top, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Dear Perry, thank you for the email. This is a new test, I presume. Please see my explanations and documents as below and attached. As you can see, there are many exchanges of emails, even calls, and going backwards and forwards with clients, and certainly in this case. I have attached a number of emails which covers your points below. Thanks you, and I hope you receive it all. Best regards, Jeremy Hampshire. And then the next part, dear Jeremy.
Yes.
Walkthrough test.
Yes.
Would you please provide the following evidences to satisfy the walkthrough test of MCI TCI 2019 011? So it should be the following evidence. So evidences never has an S. It's always just evidence.
Okay.
Or like piece of evidence is fine. Okay. One. How did you know with SV Overseas PTY the party limited to buy the trade credit insurance?
Yes.
Please describe the process of initially no SV Overseas PTY limited, including referrals from existing customers, business partners, where, when, etc., and forward the emails of knowing each other's, if any, and forward the emails of knowing each other. So I'm not sure what that part means.
This means, for example, how did you know your boyfriend? How did you know where, and maybe just for example, how did I know my wife? Because we joined the same friend, because at that time I had a college birthday, and my former college was my wife friend, and then we know each other from this friend's birthday. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So where you met then?
Yeah. How did you know? Yeah. How did you know him?
How you met?
Yeah.
Okay. So for here you can either change it to how you met or how you know each other.
Okay. Understand.
Okay. Answer, Jeremy to Perry. We were initially introduced to SV Overseas by a financial facilitator who helps arrange trade finance facilities for his clients and refers when required to us when trade credit insurance is required as part of the security of the finance. In this case, the potential financiers required a trade credit insurance policy was in place. So that should be in place. So it was the finance along with SW Overseas who wished to have this coverage. Here is the first email of introduction to us.
Okay.
Process 1. Hi James, Jeremy. I would like to introduce you to Abhishek, who runs SV Overseas in Singapore. They are primarily a metal trader, and we have a term sheet lined up for them for an initial funding of $30 million US. This is dependent on getting credit insurance on the book of receivables. I would like to introduce you all so you can help him if possible. Please let us know what you need from Abhishek to support the search. Thank you, Cliff Entrican. Okay. Process 2. Oh, sorry. Yes, process 2.
Process 2, yes, thanks.
I replied as follows. Dear Cliff, thank you for the introduction. Please note the two emails that I used. Jeremy wrote, Process 2A, Dear Abhishek, pleasure to meet you through Cliff and email. My details are as below, so we can always discuss the phone any particular point. As background, Barkingham Financial Limited is a HK regulated insurance broker and under the HK Insurance Ordinance. We are a specialist trade credit and political risk insurer broker, not a general broker. Concentrate solely on this insurance sector. I have been based in to Hong Kong nearly 20 years and have over 34 years in the industry. Process to be. As a starter, we would require some information to help you and the funding, as the funding is based on receivables finance, so covering default and/or insolvency of your buyers, we would require the following information. 1. As part of KYC, a copy of your business registration. I see you have a website including 2017 financials as part of the KYC, so no need to send that. 2. List of buyers. With their address, terms of payment, credit limit required. If you have business registration number, this can help. 3. Copy of your latest aging report. Score. Details on any bad debt in the past 3 years. Amount and name. 5. Types of products. 6. Normal terms of payment and maximum. We have 60 to 90 days as quite normal in your sector, so also occasionally 180 days. As a specialist, we look at these details, and if there are any questions, come back to you first before discussing with a number of insurance companies. It is also normal that we have a mandate letter, or what we call a broker of record letter, sample is attached. So grateful if you can sign and chop this back letter. Thank you again, and look forward to working together. Best regards, Jeremy. Okay, answer, Jeremy Berry. Please see attached a number of emails. Once the information was complete, then we send a presentation to different insurance companies to try and obtain indication on cost and interest. Example of the email to an insurer as attached. In this case, BCC, and as you can see, they positively replied to terms and conditions. We sent the proposal to a number of insurers, and the general answer back was those insurance companies could not help. So we concentrated our efforts along with the client, SB Overseas or BBC, who were able to help. We had exchanges of emails and telephone calls to BBC, along with SB Overseas separately.
Okay. 2. How did you sell the proposed insurance policy and the final versions of the insurance policy with supporting evidence? Meeting with SB Overseas Limited in the office, or a telephone meeting, or by email selling, including when, where, and how? Please write this in summary if this is in a meeting, and or forward the email if any. Answer, Jeremy to Perry. We had a great number of email exchange. Do you reply all the email as maybe tens or 100 where we looked at the credit limits as required by SB Overseas, then with BCC and then again. We also had to look at the financial amounts the clients and financier required to ensure all parties were satisfied with the coverage. This result in the initial terms and conditions being revised by BCC. At the same time, we had a great number of calls with BCC, and as we confirmed in emails. We were also meant to have a meeting whilst I was in Singapore, but the boss of SB was away, so that did not happen. We have had subsequently video calls as well as normal calls, so we have met. Once the limit under the proposal policy were fixed, as well as the finance requirement, then final documents were issued for SB to sign. Okay, can you carry on?
Sure. Sorry. How did you inform the BNC, Tokyo Marine Group, you were dealing with SB Overseas, PTY Limited, and finalized the insurance policy by sending me the supporting evidence? Answer, Jeremy Perry. So I indicate an indication for BBC, then by following up on the indication, then finalizing through a signed agreed proposal, policy were both issued on the 19th of August 2019. In your normal practice, when do you issue debit notes to the insurance customers same day of insurance policy or several days after insurance policy? Answer: Jeremy Perry. It varies from insurance company to insurance company as to when they issue their documents. We would normally wait until a final document has been sent by the insurance company before issuing our debit note. So there is no formal date used, but based on when insurance company documents are issued, then within a short period of time after that. This is the normal practice, IFMHS, is invoicing for the premium. If it is the insurance company is invoicing the client, then they either send directly or it's passed through NHS. Once passed, then NHS issue a commission debit to the insurance company. I understand that must-have is solely operated by you. This may not be any formal insurance issue procedures. Answer: Jeremy Perry. If Marlin House issues invoices, which kind of documents Marlin House must be collected and then issued invoices? Insurance policy signed by insurance company as insurance customer anymore? Answer: Jeremy Perry. We would want to see the official policy document or invoice from the insurance company, even if gas has signed to ensure coverage in place. 5. SC Overseas transferred $153,360 to Marlin House on 5th of September 2019 and $149,996 on 13th of March 2020. Did you send payment notice by email, letter to SC Overseas before September 2019, 13th March 2020? If yes, please forward this to me. Answer: Jeremy Perry. By payment advice, do you mean our debit note? Yes, we sent our debit note, which you have a copy already and as attached. After the receipt of these funds, did you issue and send the official receipt to SV Overseas to confirm that? Answer: Jeremy Perry. We do not send an official receipt through in most cases. We send an email of acknowledgement of receipt. 6. Any client's written consent of transferring net premium $121,252 to ECC Trade Credit Company Limited on 24th September. It is implied and the broker that the net premium will always be passed to the insurance company. We find confirmation on the transfers as attached. Regarding to the proper authorization checklist, did you need any written consent from SB Overseas before 24th September 2019, 26th March 2020, either by email, additional authorization, or by applied term of the policy schedule, TB 05613? Answer: Jeremy Perry. We do not have such written consent and have not with other clients either, as it is implied condition of the policy that brokers pay the net premium to the insurance companies. If yes, please forward this to me. If no, please explain why no need. Because the clients transferred money to you means that the clients implied authorization to Marlin House to pay net premium or other reasons. Answer: Jeremy Perry. By paying to the client's authorized broker, we are authorized to make payment of the net amount to the respective insurance company, similar to the Lloyd's of London system for the past 400 years or so. Specific authorizations are not required unless the client requests, which has never happened. A firm has another insurance broker client arranged the net premium transfer authorization with the insurance company include the formal authorization of the insurance company, if the insurance company selects the insurance broker to pay net premium for and on behalf of them. 7. Any official receipt issued by BCC Credit Limited, Tokyo Marine Limited, to SV Overseas PTV, Limited, Marina, to acknowledge receipt of the net premium of $121,252 from SV Overseas on 24 September 2019 and $120,032 on 26th of March 2020. Answer, Jeremy Terry. No official receipt issued by BCC and normally not issued unless requested specifically by the client, SV Overseas, in this case. Bailey.
So what do you think about the situations of the United States? What do you feel the corona